Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and I'm just going to do a quick review on this new gun that I picked up recently. This is a Thompson Center Venture, chambered in .30-06. I got it as a long-range hunting rifle and just kind of a rifle that I can use to make new brass for when I go to reload ammunition for my M1 Garand, because your M1 Garand can only take a certain loading, and it's hard to come by, and brass is kind of hard to come by, and it's expensive. So I figure if I have a .30-06 that I use for hunting, and maybe put a box of ammunition through it here and there, I can get some good brass for my M1 Garand. So anyway, I got this Thompson Venture pretty recently. I put it on layaway and took it out of layaway in the middle of December, because there was a rebate on these. You get a $75 mail-in rebate. So the gun was about $400, and then I sent in my rebate just before Christmas. So in a couple months I should be getting a $75 check in the mail that I can use for another gun. But anyway, the Thompson Center Venture is a pretty good budget-friendly bolt action. It's not the cheapest bolt action you can get, but I think for the features that you get, I think it is a very good bolt action rifle for the money if you're wanting to use it to go hunting with. So basically, this is just a standard Venture. I mean, it's not the weather coat or the stainless steel or whatever you want to call it. So it's just a standard blued barrel. It does have a, I guess that's a stainless or a nickel or something bolt. And it's a pretty smooth bolt, assuming, well, I mean, it's a pretty smooth bolt when it's already cocked, but say if you pull the trigger, it's very stiff to get up. Now, I haven't handled a whole lot of bolt actions in my life, but the ones that I have, they're not that hard to cock after you've fired it. So I don't know, maybe that's something that'll smooth out over time. And I know obviously you have to cock it when you open it, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult. But compared to like my MVP and all the other bolt actions that I've ever shot, I don't ever remember them being that hard, except for maybe the Mosin Nagant. The Mosin Nagant, I remember, was very, very difficult. But I only shot that gun once, and that's my cousin's gun, so I've only shot it once, and I wasn't used to it. But anyway, I think that might smooth up over time. It does have a synthetic stock, so it's very weather resistant. It does have these Hogue rubber overmold panels on the pistol grip and the forend. So instead of having checkering, you have rubber, and it does give you a nice grip. It does have a polymer or a synthetic trigger guard, which I don't know. I kind of like a metal trigger guard, but it is what it is. Has a 2-position safety, so it's just safe and fire. There's no third position for it. Has a 3-round capacity detachable magazine. It is single stack, and 3-round capacity is the standard for any Venture bolt action rifle, no matter what caliber you're talking. So like 308, 223, 204. I don't know if they have one in the 300 Win Mag, but all of the Ventures that I've ever seen only come with a 3-round magazine, and if you're looking for higher capacity, well, you're SOL, because this is the only magazine I'm pretty sure you can get for this rifle. You can get spares. I mean, they're like, I don't know, 20 bucks maybe. So they're not super cheap, but they're not super expensive either, but they are only 3 rounds. So just keep that in mind. This is, I believe, a 22-inch barrel. It does have 5R rifling, and another thing to mention about this rifle is that all Thompson Venture rifles have a 1 MOA 3-shot guarantee. So basically at 100 yards, they say that it's guaranteed, assuming you have the proper rest and trigger control, that you can get a 1-inch group in 3 shots, basically 1 magazine's worth, in an inch. Now, I haven't actually gone out and tested that yet because I don't have any ammunition to put through it. And it's also very cold here. I mean, it's kind of warm today, but I mean, it's been sub-zero temperatures recently, so I haven't actually got a chance to get out to the range to test that out. But it does have that guarantee on it, and most people that I've seen on the internet talking about their ventures, they seem to agree with that if you have a proper rest and proper trigger control and probably a good load. I mean, not cheap ammunition, but like if you have a good quality ammunition, that you're probably going to be able to get an inch group at 100 yards, and then it'd be 2 inches at 200 yards and 3 at 300. But anyway, I do trust that, and I guess if you're unable to get your 1 inch at 100 yards, no matter how hard you try, I guess you can always call up Thompson and say, hey, I got a bogus rifle. I've never heard of anybody doing that, but either way, I think this is going to be a very accurate rifle. It does come with scope bases. Now, it does not come with this scope or the rings. I bought those separately. This is a Bushnell Trophy XLT, I believe. Yeah, it's a Trophy XLT. This is a 4 to 12 by 40, and it has some pretty good features. I'll probably do a separate review just on the scope because this is really like the only big name brand type scope that I own. But it is a pretty good scope as far as I can tell. Very good, budget friendly. It does come with these Butler Creek covers here, which I have mixed feelings on those, but we'll talk about that in another video. So anyway, I don't think there's really much else to say about this rifle. I mean, it's just a standard hunting bolt-action rifle. Not really much else to say until I get it out to the range and put some ammunition through it. I'll probably get maybe 3 types of ammunition and take it out to the range and see how accurate it is with those 3 types of ammunition, or 4 types, however many I decide I'm going to get. But one of these days I'll take it out to the range and we'll test it out, and we'll see if that 1 MOA guarantee holds true. But anyway, so far I think it's a good rifle for the money. Again, I'm still waiting on my rebate check. That rebate has expired. It ended at the end of 2017. But if you bought one before the end of 2017 and you get your rebate your rebate in the mail before the end of January, you can still get your $75 back. So anyway, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.